Good morning students, I am Benil, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Pondicherry College of Engineering. So in this video class, this is the second unit of our compiler design, that is syntax analyzer. Okay, so first unit I taught you what is lexical analyzer. Okay, so the first two phases of the compiler. Second unit, this is the second phases of the compiler, that is syntax analyzer. Right, or we'll say parser analyzer. I mean, I told you know syntax tree, parse tree. We can say syntax tree, parse tree, or compiler tree, etc. We can say, right? So syntax analyzer means it is a parser analyzer. Okay, this is the role of parser. So last video class, I mean first unit, I taught you role of lexical analyzer. This is role of parser. So every phases have some roles, right? What is the role of lexical analyzer? Lexical analyzer, it is used to convert source program into tokens. Clear? Right. What is the use of role of syntax analyzer or parser analyzer? It is used to convert tokens into parse tree. So you should know about trees. Clear? Trees, parse tree or syntax tree, etc. So this is the role of lexical analyzer. See, first one is role of parser analyzer. First one is lexical analyzer and the second one is parser analyzer. The remaining is phases. Okay. So first phase, this till this already I taught you in the first video class. I mean lexical analyzer role. So once again I will tell you, it is used to convert source program into token one by one, sequence by sequence. It is used to convert. And whenever parser needs a token, it gives the keyword, that is get next to token command or keyword. So whenever lexical analyzer receives get next to token, it sends tokens to the parser one by one or single by single. Okay. So now in this video class, I am going to teach you the role of parser. Right. So parser role is used to convert token into parse tree, passing tree. Okay, this is very important in a compiler design, right? This is the heart of the compiler design, we can say. And another one thing you have to understand, the lexical analyzer and the parser analyzer, we are going to see many types of parser. Okay, so that parser analyzer, that everything we can design by the programming language. Java I can do it, C I can do it, C++ I can do it. So we can create the lexical analyzer or parser generator or parser analyzer, this tree, everything we can create it by using a programming language. Clear? Right. So this parser role is converting token into parse tree structure, tree. Right, tree already I told you, root node and leaf node and node edges. Okay, so tree, parse tree. Okay, so how it is converting that token into parse tree is using a parser analyzer algorithm, right? Parser or syntax analyzer algorithm. This is the second phase of compiler. Okay, and it has a role, an extra role. It is used to convert token into parse tree and it gives to the next phases of the compiler, that is semantic analyzer. Okay, semantic analyzer means it is used to convert a type checking performance. Okay, semantic analyzer, right? And it has sometime while converting, it takes the variables or values from the symbol table. Okay, first one is it takes the values from the symbol table and it converts to the converting into the parse tree. Okay, and that means it verifies the tokens from the symbol table. First one is verifies the token from the symbol table, and second one is it gives to the it sends the token to the next phase of the compiler, that is intermediate code generator, and before that it checks the type checking and then it gives to the next phase of the compiler, intermediate code generator. Okay, so this is the role of parser. Main role is used to convert tokens into parse tree. Okay, this is one of the main role of the parser, and rest of the rest of the phases is the front end and our next phases, that is intermediate code generation phase and code optimization phase and code generation phase, that is the rest of the compiler phases. Okay, so this role. And next one is types of parser. Types of parser. Types of parser, we have mainly three types of parser. One is universal parser and another one is top down parser. First one is universal parser, and second one is top down parser, and third one is bottom up parser. Okay, universal parser means we can pass all types of parser. That means top down parser also we can pass, bottom up parser also we can pass, or whatever the parser we have, all the parsers we can parse by using the universal parser. Okay, so for that we have an algorithm, Koch-Enger-Kazami algorithm. Koch-Enger-Kazami algorithm. So this is the algorithm name, and this was designed by the scientist. Okay, so their name was given Koch-Enger-Kazami algorithm and Euler's algorithm. So by using these algorithm we can parse universal parser, all types of parser we can parse. Second one is top down parser. These two parser are very important. We are going to the next session I am going to teach you how we are parsing with examples. Okay, top down parser. So what is top down parser means? We will parse the input from top to bottom. That means from root node to leaf node. Okay, for example, if you have a tree structure like this, we will parse the tree from top to bottom. That means from root node to leaf node. Or we can say, if we have a grammar E tends to E plus E and slash T, T tends to E star E. If you have a grammar like this, we will pass using top down parser is from the root node, that is from start symbol to the given output. Okay, so we will pass from top to bottom. And what is bottom up parser is, we will pass from leaf to top, leaf to root node. That means they will give an input, right, or output, right? So that output or input from the input to the root node. Okay, that means we will take starting as an input, what are the input they are given, the input, and we'll get the start symbol. Okay, but in top down parser we will take that start symbol and we will parse and we will get an output. Okay, and but in bottom up parser we will take the output what they are given first, and from that output we will parse and we will get a start symbol. That is the bottom up parser. Simply from root node to leaf node, that is top down parser. From leaf node to root node, that is bottom up parser. Okay, root node will have an output, sorry, leaf node will have an output. Okay, so this is the types of parser: universal parser, top down parser and bottom up parser. Okay, so first you want to write the role of parser, and second one you want to write the types of parser. Okay, and the third one is error. Okay, so while parsing we will get an error, right? Lexical analyzer also we will get an error. All the phases, syntax analyzer also will get an error. Mainly we will get an error in this syntax analyzer phase. So say how we will get an error is ordinary spelling mistake. Manually the programmer may put some spelling mistake. For example, instead of int, sometime the programmer may put they will write in. Okay, in is not a keyword, right? Int is a keyword, but in is not a keyword. So what the programmer, unfortunately, if they put in and it is an error, we know this is not invalid keyword, it is an error. Okay, so this type of error, sometime punctuation, comma, these are sensitive, right? In a programming language, programmer may forget to put this error. So these errors are called as syntax error. Okay, that is spelling mistake error or missing punctuation, missing comma, colon, semicolon, these are comes under syntax error. Syntax error. Okay, syntax error. And logical error, you know, logical error, some logically will put a mistake. For example, 1 by 0, 0 by 1, sometime infinity, right, infinity, we can 1 by 0 or 0 by 1. So some logic they will put an error, right. So in this cases, this is called as a logical error. Okay. So in this syntax analyzer, we are talking about syntax error, misspelling or missing semicolon, etc. Okay. So how we will rectify this error is one of the main strategy that is called panic mode error recovery. Panic mode error recovery. Panic mode error recovery. So the method here is if the programmer put some error like for instead of integer they will put like in. So this is an error. Okay. So this is automatically correction error, panic mode error recovery. So how it is correcting error is it try to interchange the character. First one is try to interchange the character. Interchange the character. Try to interchange the character or try to add the character. Or try to delete the extraneous character, try to delete the extra character. So these are the properties of panic mode error recovery. So try to interchange the character. For example, sometime a programmer, if is a keyword we know, correct keyword, sometime programmer may put fi. Fi is not a keyword. So what the panic mode error recovery will try to interchange the character. So you try to interchange the character, so automatically it finds if. So now the keyword is correct keyword. So our panic mode error recovery automatically try to interchange the character and try to add the character. For example, int is the correct keyword. Instead of sometime programmer may write in. In is not a keyword. What the panic mode error recovery will try is try to add one character int. It try to put the int. So now if t is added, it is correct keyword, right? And try to delete extraneous character. For example, if unfortunately if the programmer put 2f or 3f and it try to delete the extra character f, it try to delete 2f, so automatically it finds the if. Okay. So one of the main important error recovery strategy is panic mode error recovery strategy. So in this question, if they ask role of parser, you want to draw the diagram and you want to explain the diagram, then types of parser you have to explain, then error you have to explain, then panic mode error recovery you have to explain. Very important 13-mark question in our second unit. Okay. Thank you.